Hello again everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen, the Junk Journal Geek. A very warm welcome if you are a first time visitor, and welcome back if you have been here before. I really appreciate you joining me today. So as you can see, I'm back to Dephemerember. I'm going to give it another go. I really struggled last week, but I did say I was going to continue and try and get my way through these, even though I am so late. So I'm back again today with number 7, and the prompt for number 7 is a handwritten memory and a loaded tag. Now, this obviously would have gone up on December the 7th originally, and that happens to be my wedding anniversary. So I'm going to make a loaded tag, and then I will write some memories of my wedding day on the tag, but I won't do that bit on camera, but I will make the tag and you know, get it ready to go. That's the plan, she says. But if you've watched any years before, you know that the best laid plans don't always come off. So this sheet had the numbers 1 to 25 on it. I created this to go along with Dephemerember because obviously at the time I did intend to work through all the prompts in December as they were given. And I've put this up as a freebie on, I can never remember what I've put it on. It's either on my Ko-fi site or my Buy Me a Coffee site. And I will try to remember to tell you which one it is in the description, but I know I keep forgetting. If I do forget and you want it, please give me a little nudge in the comments and I will go back and sort it out for you, but I will try and remember to do it. So all these is the numbers in different decorative frames on a scanned background, and the background was packaging paper. That's how I made that. So that's another one of my would like to do's for this year, is to learn more about digital designing for junk journals. I've been digitally designing for digital things for years. I actually had an Etsy shop selling pre-made social media posts to other business owners. So I know the sort of basic principles, but I don't know Photoshop and all those fancy sites, and that's something I would like to learn. So I've got a big list of things I'd like to learn. I'd like to learn how to use Procreate properly as well. I've got it on my iPad, but not got very far with it. So yeah, all these things I would like to be doing. Anywho, let's get going with today's prompt. Now, I don't know. Oh look, that's the raccoons. There's 2 of them. So if I'm going to be writing about my wedding, oh, there's 2 kangaroos as well. Oh, there's 2 kangaroos with a baby. Maybe that would be more appropriate. I'm thinking that you know, a couple would be appropriate. So we'll use one of those, not sure which yet, but we need to make, and this is the journal I'm popping all my bits and pieces in. There is a video, there may be a playlist, I'm not sure, of me making this journal. That is a tuck spot, so I could possibly tuck my loaded tag in there. Otherwise I'm going to need to make somewhere to put my tag as well. So let's just get started. I don't want to lose my number 7. So I need some sort of backgroundy thing for my tag. And if you have been here before, you will know I do like to use up all the junk mail that comes through the letterbox for making my junk journals. So, although these are quite flimsy, once they've been, you know, covered with bits and pieces, they're usually okay. When I say bits and pieces, you know, I mean paper. Excuse Max if you can hear him in the background. I have shut the door, so hopefully it's not disturbing too much, but I forgot to shut the blinds so he can see people walking past. So if I do put that there, that height will be fine, but we'll need to take a little bit off the width. So maybe if I just cut everything to the rough size, and then I can tidy it up on the trimmer so I don't have to keep stopping and starting. So that is, if I take off about 3/4 of an inch, I'll do just under 3/4 of an inch, because if I'm going to be putting it through the trimmer, I shall want to have a bit of leeway there. And then if this is going to be a loaded tag, my idea is I'm going to make some smaller tags to sit on it that will be pockets. That's what I thought I would do. Although I'm just thinking now, maybe I could, no, let's not change the plan midway, Karen. Let's go with it. Right, now I wonder if this will tear. Do it the other way around. Well, if I do it straight on my mat, it will be easier to see if I've got my ruler straight, won't it? Not that it matters, I'm going to tidy it up anyway when I've finished. Stop faffing, Karen. Look, what are we? 7 minutes into the video and the faffage has begun. Right. Oh yeah, that tears nicely. So I have torn that, but I haven't torn it straight. I haven't torn it to what I need it to be. It needs to be, right, come on, deep breath. Think about what you're doing and let's start again. Right, this needs to be a little bit less wide than the bit behind. And it needs to be, shall I have them all? No, let's make them this one a little bit shorter. So let's think, have that about there. And then I need some more thinner stuff so that it doesn't get too bulky. That one's no good, it's got gaps in it. What about this one? Perfect height. And then width-wise, a little bit less than that one. So hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. That's going to be a little bit less than that. I'm going to make this one a bit smaller. Sorry, I'm thinking, I was going to say I'm thinking out loud. I'm not thinking out loud, which is the problem. I'm going too quiet. So that and that and that. How many do I think I need? That one needs to be narrower still. I feel like it needs to be an odd number because we all like to work with odd numbers, don't we? But if I do 5, I feel like it's going to be too much, so let's stick to 3 to get started. And then I shall want some paper to cover these, and I'm going to use packaging paper so that it blends in, it ties in. Sorry for the scrunchy noise. It ties in with the journal. So this is packaging paper that hasn't been prepped yet. But it hadn't been put, oh look, I can tear that one. It hadn't been, normally I bring my packaging paper up here, I get it all flattened out and straightened, and then it gets folded and put in my box of papers. This one has obviously just been brought up here and shoved under the table. So rather than put you on pause while I go and rummage for a flat one, I've just grabbed this. So I hope it's not making too much noise. Right, let's get these glued down with my rogue glue stick that's fallen apart. Is there enough in there still to use? It's not falling apart. Oh yes, it is. I was going to say it's not falling apart today, but it is. So how are you all today? I hope you're all happy and well and safe. I know there's lots of snow all around the country at the moment. I live near the coast, so we very rarely get snow. Oh, ripped that. So it's not snowy here. It is very, very cold and it's beautifully frosty. It looks gorgeous, but luckily I don't have to go out anywhere, so it's fine for me. But I do feel sorry for people that don't work from home and have to get up and go out. So yeah, it's very, very cold, but again, glorious sunshine. And I've got a big woolly jumper on that's sitting here right in the window up here with the sun shining on me. I don't need, glue's not gluing. I don't really need a big woolly jumper on, so I may well have to strip in a minute. Just as well you can't see me apart from my arms. So I hope you're all coping with the weather wherever you are. Obviously I'm talking about the UK. Obviously elsewhere in the world snow is a lot more frequent event and you are better prepared for it and set up for it. We're not. So it's a big thing when we get snow, although obviously up in the northern part of the country they do have snow more often than we do. But as I say, on the coast we rarely get snow anyway. But we do get ice and we do get floods. We had lots of flooding last week, and so now obviously where the flooding has occurred it's very, very icy. So I'm going to do that way. Excuse the noisy motorbike outside. It's nice because although it's freezing cold, with the lovely sunshine and the days slowly getting longer, it really, you know, you sort of can tell that we are heading towards spring slowly, which seems strange saying that in January, but I like days like this. It's bright and it's cheerful, and the sun's shining. It's lovely. I cannot stand the rain. I hate the rain. Didn't used to be quite so passionate about rain, but over the last few years where we live has increasingly been flooded more and more often, and it's not the sea that's flooding us or the river, it's just the facilities are not sufficient to cope with the amount of rain we're having, and we're in an area that has been told by the government a few years ago that we have to have a certain number of houses built in this area, which they are merrily doing. There are houses going up everywhere, but the infrastructure cannot cope. Infrastructure is not being upgraded to deal with the new numbers of houses, and so these sorts of things are happening. So yeah, it's not good. Where we live in a village. It's quite a busy village. There's a main road going through it. We live near a busy railway junction. So we are semi-rural, but a busy semi-rural area. And last week we literally had trouble getting out of the village because whichever way you went, you had to drive through floods. And we're okay. We've got a 4x4 car left over from when I did lots of driving with the children. We needed the space because we spent hours in the car every week going to their training and rehearsals and what have you, and I home educated my 3 girls, so we used to spend hours in the car waiting for, you know, they didn't always have things going on at the same time. That glue's decided it's not going to come out anymore now. Leave that there for a bit. I don't think it's empty. It feels like there's glue in there, but it's decided not to come out. I'm not going to fiddle about it on camera. Yeah, we used to spend a lot of time hanging around, you know, two children waiting for the third, or one waiting for the other 2, or, you know, all that sort of thing. And I worked from home, so I used to take my work with me and work in the car, and they would do, you know, I'm saying school work, but they were homeschooled. They didn't really do school work, but whatever they were working on, they would bring. So we had quite a big car. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm having a glue issue after glue issue today. What is going on here? Yeah, so they used to sit and work in the car. I used to sit and work in the car. So we had, you know, quite a big, it's not huge, but it's bigger than, you know, it's not a little hatchback, and it's a 4x4. So with this weather we can cope, but my poor daughter drives to uni every day. She's got a little tiny Peugeot. Oh, that's better. And she can't always get through the floods, so she had real issues last week getting to and from uni. And one day it was so bad, she said, oh, I'm just going to go on the train today, because I say we do live opposite the train station. But the trains were all delayed by an hour. I can't remember what that was all about. I don't think that was because of flooding. There was obviously something else going on. Can't remember what that was, but it was like, we can't go anywhere. So yeah, it's just the way it is. So it's not really a whinge, I'm just telling you a story about my life. Just one of the things, you know, we all have stuff to contend with, don't we? Such is life. So I'm very grateful that I don't have to get up and go out anywhere. if I don't want to. And even when I need something, most of the time I can just wander down the road to the local shops and get what I need. So I'm not particularly hampered by the weather in any way. So I'm very, very lucky, I know. Can't quite fit that one on. I'm just roughly cutting these out, and then I will trim them all down to size on the trimmer, on the big chompy chopper, and then stick them together in layers, and then stuff them so that we have our loaded tag. I should say load them rather than stuff them, shouldn't I? It's going to be a loaded tag. So let's get this one on. I think I will stitch these as well on the machine. So you have to let me know what the weather's like where you are. I saw a friend of mine is in Las Vegas at the moment on holiday, and I've messaged her and said, what's the weather like there? I know Las Vegas is usually warmer than it is here. I was just wondering how much warmer it is at the moment. Right, so in my head these are going to look nice, so I hope they do once they're done. Now what I didn't think about was my animals need to fit on here somehow, don't they? When we come to decorating, right, so they are my 3 pockety pieces. So they're going to be laid up like that. Then that goes that way. They both go that way. So neither of those is going to fit on as is. Although we could make that into a tag to go in the pocket. Maybe I'll do that. And then that will be one thing loaded. And that could be the one that I write on then. So we could make that to go in one of those. So, and we can have our 7 on there. So what I need to do now, I really need to leave this a bit because this is still quite wet with that wet glue. That's one of the advantages of the glue stick. But anyway, I think what I'll do now is I will go and trim these with my chompy chopper so that they're all square, and I'm going to make them into tag shapes, and then I'm just going to run them through the machine just to make sure, you know, the edges are all nice and secure, and then I'll be back. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back again. I always feel guilty when I turn you off for a long time. I'm downstairs sewing away thinking I've got to hurry up, they're waiting for me, and then I think it's going to be moments in your world. Anyway, what I did, I trimmed these down on the chompy chopper to, you know, sizes that I thought looked nice together, and then I did the corners with the, you know, I chopped my corners off here and then did the one on the other side in case you haven't done this before, and then I just use that as a template to do the same corners on the other 2 tags so that they're all the same. So now I'm going to stick these on like this as pockets, and then we can put something in on the tag, and then this will be the actual tag. Now then it will come to decorating, which, as you know, is where I start struggling. So let's get these stuck down first. I don't think it really matters which side is which. Most of it's going to be covered up anyway. And I'm just going to put glue on the 3 sides up to, you know, where the diagonal starts, so that there's room at there's plenty of space at the top to get things in and out. And this is definitely going to need to go under. Oh, I wanted to ink it first. These are definitely going to need to go under something heavy, or when it's all stuck together, because it's quite a hefty piece once all the 3 pieces are on. I mean, I probably could have got away with not covering both sides of all of the pieces, but it would have reduced the bulk slightly, but not very much. And you know, you never know what you're going to be able to see and not see once you've got your pieces done. So right, that's going that way, so I only need to do this side. Oh dear. And I'm just thinking, I know these are tag shapes, but I don't think I want to have anything on these tags that are being stuck on, you know, like ribbon or anything, because that will interfere with things going in and out. And what I'm going to do is, whatever I tuck in here, I'm going to put something on them to help pull them in and out, and then it will look like, you know, it will give the illusion that the tag has got its little string or ribbon or what have you. So I did turn the camera back on, didn't I? Yes. So that will be those. And I was thinking about putting something around the edge on these before I stuck them down. But you know what I'm like with decorating things. I'll be here all day umming and ahhing about what I'm going to do, and we'll never get anywhere. So I've just gone for it. I've brought my cup of tea back up with me. Right, so as I say, that's going to need to go under something heavy for all that to stick properly. We've got a number 7 to go on there somewhere. I've got a box next to me which I've been dropping ephemera into as I've been making it, and it's, my jumper keeps catching on it, so sorry if you can hear that. Now this is going to be one of the pieces that's going to go in here. I'll probably just back that onto more, might as well just use more packing paper, I think. Let me check my glue drawer, see if I have any more supplies. You can tell I haven't wanted to go out anywhere. I still need to get more glue. Sorry for the noise. matching my granddaughter's glue, but don't tell her. That was wide enough, wasn't it? Yeah. Where's my glue page? And again, oh, been a bit heavy-handed there. I may well, I probably will sew around this. Part. Yeah, I might stitch around this again so that it all ties in together, but I won't pause and go and do that now. I can do that after this video is finished. You don't need to see that. So if we can pop that on there. Keep using my bone folder. I shouldn't really use my bone folder for this, should I? I should be using my card, but I don't know where it's gone. My bone folder's here, so. So again, I'll just roughly cut this out now, but later I will tidy this up on the trimmer. I know you can still see white, but when I trim it on the trimmer, that will solve that problem, and then I'll look around it. So then that will end up going either in that one or in that one, depending on, you know, when it's all trimmed, how it works. So we'll leave that to dry, and then we want a little hole in there, or do we want to staple? What we're going to put on here, we've got twine in that. Oh, we've got quite a selection of different things in the book so far, so we don't need to stick to what we've already been doing. Oh, and look, here when I made that the other day, that might go in. Right, I'm getting distracted. I need to find something for the top of my, so we've got some string there, and then we need to decide what we're going to decorate this with. So I'm just looking around my desk to see what I've got to hand to use for decorating, and I seem to have managed to bury everything again. I've lost the lid to the glue, which I've literally just got out. Goodness gracious me. Right. Let's put oh, there's the lid on the floor. Right, now what sort of thing do we want on here? We could have a bit of lace maybe. What else? What else have we got? Oh, if we're going to have a written... Here we go. If I'm going to be writing about my wedding, 2 hearts in love need no words. have that on there somewhere. Didn't do a very good job of cutting that, but then that's no surprise, is it? I don't do a very good job of cutting anything. What else can we have on there? These definitely need something, I think, but I don't know what. Maybe I should have stitched lace round when I was going round on the machine, but it's a bit late for that now, isn't it? Can't see anything interesting that might go. What's all these little bits here? Definitely should have decorated these before I stuck them down. I do quite like that though. I like seeing the layers. I don't really want to cover that up. Why am I always so indecisive when I'm decorating? Maybe I should find what I'm going to be putting in the pockets. That will help. So I need some sort of taggy things. Journal cards, make some journal cards and have them popping out. Oh, just thinking I might have some ready-made bits and pieces I could use. Where would they be? So that would be better once there's things in there poking up. That's, you know, it's going to help with the decoration. So let's find some things. What are the widths of this? So the small one is going to be, it's going to need things not more than 2 3/4 wide. I'll write this down. There's my little scrap of paper on it, that'll do. And then this one will need things not more than 3.5, and the big one will need things not more than 4.5. So, right, well, the things I was thinking of will be too big for that then. So, where I've put my clear ruler. That's 3.5. That's also going to be 3.5 when it's chopped down. So let's make some bits and pieces. Let me go back in my drawer as well. Oh, still got this one. Could make something with this, couldn't we? Oh, some tags here left over from the Foxy journal. One of those could go in the little one. So let's cut one of those off. Everything's stuck to my scissors. Tool. Just being careful popping these in because obviously the glue still needs to dry a bit more. Have that one there, and then we could have this one poking out here. Although really that is the one that needs a tall something. That won't be tall enough that way. So let's see what else we've got. We do something with this one. Now, let me drink my tea. Sorry. Better to drink my tea than get my tickly throat started off again. Right, so I wanted this not more than 4.5 wide. So let's line that up there. And line that up there. And rip it. And then let's cover this again with more of our paper. So I will stitch around all these once I've finished making. I don't know why I don't, you know, I can merrily make away, and then when it comes to the decorating I really do overthink everything. I annoy myself, so I apologise if I'm annoying you as well. done it the wrong way round again. I always do that. Yes, I'm using this basic glue stick because I know I'm going to be stitching round, so this is just to hold everything in place really while we get started. Oh, I've just had an idea. The other day I made those paper strips, didn't I? Might be able to snip a bit off of one of those. Add a bit of zhuzh. That wasn't very clever. Again, I'm going to pop this through the guillotine and then stitch around it. A, to straighten all the edges up, and B, to make sure everything is firmly attached, because as you can see right now, it is not. Definitely didn't go to the edges on here. Not that it really matters, as I say, if it's going under the machine, that will sort that out. I don't think it likes this this paper I'm using, this card, the flyer. It's coated in something, so the glue doesn't like it. We'll see if that will just hold it down for now. Right, let's just leave that for a minute to try and where can I put it? I just nearly knocked the camera then, trying to shove it under my heavy books. Just pop that on top for a minute while I start popping these bits down, I think. Now, was I going to have anything else on here? I've got the sentiment. Did I say I was going to have something else on there? I've forgotten now. These are the bits I did the other day. That's quite wide. That might be able to do something with that. Is there a... that one's even wider. I think I like this one. It's got a bit more colour in it. So I might snip a bit of that off and pop it on there. Got loads of animals going on this one, haven't we? We've got raccoons, we've got foxes, we've got birds. Maybe I should have that down there. Where's my number gone? I've lost my number now. That's what I did with number 6, wasn't it? Oh, Karen, you'd be dangerous if you had a brain. It's not stuck to me. Okay, I'm going to have to rewind the video to see where this number 7 went, but you're all shouting at me. Oh dear. Where did it go? Right. I don't want to cover the bird up. Need to be able to see the words. Don't know if I want them over there. I think that might be all right. So this needs to come down a little bit more. I'm going to try tearing it, but I will need to cut through the stitching, the thread. That's the word I'm looking for, thread. Right, let's get some ink around these things. I'm assuming that the number 7 is going to look fine on there, and I'm going to find it as soon as I turn the camera off. So we're just going with it. So he will be popped on there. I can cut this down a little bit more. Might even make it straighter. Miracles do happen. Is it Greg Ducey says? Miracles are normal. That's not straight. That's not straight. I'll keep snipping and snipping and there'll be nothing left of it. That will have to do. Should have torn it, shouldn't I? And then it wouldn't matter if it wasn't straight. So I'm going to try and stick that on there on top of all 3. Right, let's see how we get on. And in a minute, my number 7 is going to miraculously reappear. Aren't you, number 7? It's probably under there where I'll put that down. Right, now which glue? I think this will probably be best to try and get this to work. That really should have gone down a little bit lower, but go with it now. Oh, hang on. Which way's the right way and which way's the wrong way? I think that's the right way. And I'm trying to just dab the glue on the pieces of lace that are less see-through, the denser parts, so that hopefully you don't see it. because that needed to go down a bit further, I'm going to have to take a bit more off the top of this. Ugh. That's torn it. Right, and we'll pop that there. Let's just snip that. Ooh. I'm going to have to stick that down well because obviously where I've, you know, when you're stitching and you do a few back stitches at the top and the bottom, that's gone now. So if I don't glue this properly, the stitching will start to unravel. We don't want that, do we? We don't want to be unraveling all over the place. Oops, a bit wonky. So that's going to go on there like that. We will rethink the number 7 when it decides to make a reappearance. So now I'm going to grab my, oh, there's my clear ruler on the floor. I'm going to grab my crocodile to make a little hole in the top. Everything's on the wonk. Right, sorry for that abrupt interruption. My daughter phoned me, my eldest daughter, and was on the phone for quite a long time. And then I just set the camera up to come back on again, and my middle daughter rang me, and she was on the phone for quite a long time. So I think I've been about an hour on the phone. So I've sort of lost the plot a bit with what I was doing. I know I got these out to make a hole in that. What I did while I was talking to my daughters was I stitched around the little journal card I'd made out of the raccoons. I grabbed a piece of lace and stapled it on there as a tag topper, and I've just inked around everything. I think that's all I did while I was... Oh, and then I realised as well, while I was chatting, that I'd made something to tuck behind here. And of course, I'm not going to be tucking anything behind there because this is the actual tag that is going into a pocket. So I won't be tucking anything behind there. Although, so then I just stuck that on top of there just to decorate it. That was that journal card I was making. And I thought I might tuck that into the same pocket together as I had made it. So then while I was talking to the girls, I was just fiddling around with bits, and I thought I might maybe stick the bee on or something. So anyway, let's get back to what we know we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be putting a hole in this. Now I've forgotten which way round I had this, which is the bigger one. This one. So I'm going to make a hole in here, and the sun's moved now. It's completely in my eyes, and I can't bring the blind down anymore because I'll knock the camera over. I think that's about halfway. That was probably a bit low down, but we'll go with it. And I'm going to put a nice big eyelet in this to make a statement, just because I can. Wondering actually what eyelets I've got. I think they might be the same, I'm not sure. So I'm going to pop that in there and squish it down. And then we were going to tie it. It's not actually squished very well, but I don't know if that's because this tag's not really thick enough for that big eyelet, but oh, that's a bit better. And then we were going to put a bit of string in here, weren't we? So at least everything's sort of dried now, so that's good. bit of twine in there. It's like a big giant luggage tag. And then we were going to put these bits in. Let's just see. That one's the thinnest, but I think it's tallest, so that might need to go. I remember what I was doing with these now. But anyway, there's our pocket loaded up. That one doesn't want to go in there. Like that. Got journaling space on the back. That can be tucked behind it. So where was that? I still didn't find my number 7. I did look for it while I was on the phone to the girls. And I didn't find it. So not doing very well with these numbers at the moment, am I? And look, that's funny. On this page where I said I would tuck this, excuse me, is the page with the bees and the other quote about love. Now I'm not sure that this is actually going to fit in here. Yes, it does. So there it goes in there. That one could go behind. Oops. Like that. And we've got our stuffed pocket and a journal card inside our belly band from day 5. So that is Dephemerember day 7. I do feel a little bit like every time I do these, something happens. Oh look, I've unstuck that now. It was nincompoop. Let's take those out. I have to restick that. Maybe they are a little bit too wide. So I will be back again in another couple of days, either to carry on working in the engagement journal or with my new project. I don't know yet. The engagement journal I may just carry on with off screen. And I know I've got an exciting new project to be working on, which I will share with you all once I start. So we'll need to be making another sort of belly band to stick these in somewhere and find our number 7, and hopefully our number 6 will turn up as well at some point. I'll leave that to dry, pop that under there, and I'll be back again with you all in a couple of days. So thank you for joining me today. Sorry it was a bit bitty again. I hope you enjoyed watching anyway, and I will be back with you all again in a couple of days, as I say. In the meantime, look after yourselves, stay warm, and enjoy your own crafty time. Take care. Bye bye.